Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl Mary Jane. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, please share the video. So anyways, let's get into it. Southern Charm Season 4, Episode 12. You know what was really funny? Patricia's sitting in her Rolls Royce, I believe, and she's on her phone looking, doing her job or looking through stuff, and the butler Michael, he's out there washing the car while Patricia just sitting in there. It's just like, what's going on? Why is Patricia sitting in the car as he's washing it? Like, what was going on in that scene? Like, what's really good? Patricia just sitting there looking through her phone, and Michael, the butler, the chef, the bartender, the housekeeper, the companion, is washing the car like she ain't even in there either. And Patricia's acting like Michael's not even outside washing the car. I thought that was funny. I was like, what's really going on? So anyways, we get to Craig and we get to Naomi. Naomi comes home. She's not happy with Craig. Craig's not happy with her. So at this point, they need their couple of counseling is not working. So I told you guys before, whoever their counselor is doesn't seem like he's legit at all. So anyways, I believe Elizabeth and JD needs to counsel Craig and Naomi if they want that headache, because they so far it seem like they're doing a good job between Catherine and Thomas. So anyways, it's just like, Naomi's mad rude and disrespectful, and Craig is very sensitive. But I think if the shoe was on the other feet, where Craig would disrespect Naomi as much as Naomi disrespects Craig, everybody would be calling for Craig's head or whatever. So I just feel like if they can't learn to respect each other and compliment each other and be supportive of each other, and leave the smart comments and harsh comments to themselves, then maybe they need to separate for a while and miss each other and come back together and see if their relationship is worth it, in my opinion. So anyways, we get to Shep. Shep shows up at Chelsea's house with golf clubs for some reason. He wants to talk to Chelsea and tell Chelsea that he apologized to her for grabbing her or escorting her out the bar and trying to kiss her. He really feels bad about that, and he was really drunk, and it seems like everybody blames everything on the alcohol on these shows. I guess alcohol really does it. Blame it on the alcohol. Jamie Foxx had a hit. So anyways, so Chelsea was like, I'm worried that you think I'm one of them type of girls that'll jump off a booty call. Well, kind of was a jump off, and you kind of was a booty call to Shep, and you was ultimately liking that Chelsea until Shep disappeared and went to a wedding in Rhode Island, and so you jumped ship and you went with Austin, his boy. So, and then it's been conflict between Shep and Austin since you jumped fences. Well, you could do whatever you want to do with your vagina, is yours. But, be real with Austin. If you don't really feel Austin and you really don't like Austin, let Austin know. And you can continue to play your games and be a booty call to Shep or whatever, because it's not a good look. It seems like you don't like Shep, but then it also seems like you want to be with Shep. Like, Austin was just a pawn in your game to ultimately try to get Shep, and I don't know why. Maybe, I hope I'm wrong. So anyways, so Chelsea says to Shep, she said that she didn't want to feel like one of them girls that she's a jump off, she's a booty call, or she's a midnight oil or whatever. And she said she didn't want to feel like, when Shep goes to the bar and he shows pictures of girls pictures to guys in the bars that are coming to town to see him or whatever. She didn't want to feel that way, and she did feel that way or whatever. And Shep said, oh, the part of the reason why I probably kind of backed off is because I really like you. I honestly really like you, and I really did want something with you or whatever, but, I felt like I was going to mess up our friendship. I felt like, I wasn't able to handle the situation, but I honestly, truly liked you. And so Chelsea's like, if I knew that, if I only knew you really had feelings for me, what, Chelsea? If you only knew that Shep had feelings for you, you would have never jumped the ship with Austin. You would have stayed, being a booty call or, here and there text with Shep. So what are you trying to say, Chelsea? Let me be clear. Let us know if you want Shep or if you want Austin, because Austin seems like a pretty decent guy, and for you to be, stringing him along and playing with his feelings because ultimately you want Shep, and you came between their friendship, is really like shady and downright dirty and disgusting. And hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I'm reading into it wrong. So if you knew honestly that Shep had feelings for you, you would have what, Chelsea? Answer that question. So anyways, Shep was like, I really didn't. So, Chelsea was like, I really didn't have no idea. And then Shep was like, what, you really had no idea things would have went farther between us or something? And she was like, no, I just had no idea. So then Chelsea brings up Austin. So I'm glad she did bring up Austin's name. She goes, Austin's really having a hard time with you and him not communicating or not being friends, or the whole situation that Chelsea did put Austin in that situation because he's defending his woman. He believes that if Shep, grabbed her and tried to kiss her and all this other stuff. And she felt, when she was telling Austin the story, she seemed upset, she seemed annoyed, and she really wanted to share this information with Austin and get it off her chest. So when you tell your boyfriend or your partner or the guy that you're so-called dating this information, of course he's gonna go out and stick up for you. And if he didn't stick up for you, what kind of man would he be? So it is what it is. So Shep was just like, I'm going to really talk to Austin. I just haven't had time. I've been busy drinking. I've been busy partying and having hangovers. So I haven't had a chance, but he didn't say that, but I haven't had a chance to talk to Austin, but I will. Then Shep says in his confessionals that he's a very forgiving person. He doesn't hold grudges, and he's going to make up with Austin. Hopefully they do, because it seems like Chelsea's playing games and she likes his attention from both guys. She said this in previous episodes that it's kind of sexy. It's kind of nice to have two guys fighting over her. So Chelsea, get it together and let us know where you really stand, because I really want to know. So anyways, we get to Cameron. Cameron meets up with Catherine. So anyways, Catherine has never been to Cameron's house in all the years that she knows Cameron. So all of a sudden, Cameron is opening up her house to Catherine. Whoa. So anyways, they talk about motherhood. They talk about, all that other good stuff. Cameron's talking about she's getting ready to have a baby, which we know that Cameron is pregnant right now in real life. And so now we know Cameron has a storyline for next season. She's going to be a mother. So I wonder if that's going to make Cameron mind her business, because she's going to be focusing on motherhood and her husband or whatever. So anyways, Cameron brings up, I talked to Landon, and I was just trying to find out what went wrong between you and her, Catherine, or whatever. And she wanted to know where it started, whatever. And so basically, Cameron says that, Landon thinks that she believes that you should apologize to her, and because she has reached out to you numerous of times, Catherine, and tried to get on your good side and try to apologize to her or whatever. So she feels like now it's your duty to reach out to her. And so then Catherine goes, no, I think the shoe's on the other feet. I really think that, Landon should be apologizing me. It's the other way around. And so Cameron goes, so what happened? What started it? So then, Catherine, she let us know that her and Thomas broke up a week before Valentine's Day. And they were planning a trip to go to their friend's plantation, okay? Their Delta plantation. Like, OMG. Name of it's like these plantations with Thomas is just too much. So anyways, so they were supposed to go to, and then on top of that, they're going to a plantation on Black History Month. It is what it is. So anyways, Catherine is just saying that, me and Thomas broke up, and we're supposed to go on a 3-night vacation at this plantation or whatever for Valentine's Day. It's supposed to be romantic, but me and Thomas broke up, and then he ended up taking Landon on the trip. And so Landon and Thomas stayed 3 nights together at a romantic vacation or whatever. And so then Catherine tells us that's how it really went downhill between them. So I guess we know now. So anyways, or Cameron knows now. So Cameron's like, oh my God, I can't believe that. That's just terrible. She just crossed the line. That is just unbelievable. So Cameron is like, so was this before you had Saint or whatever? And Catherine is like, no, it wasn't before I had Saint. I conceived Saint after, that happened with Valentine's Day. But at that time, I wasn't pregnant. And so Cameron was like, I would be furious. I would be upset. So Cameron's like, wow. And so anyways, Cameron was like, that is really like off limits. Like, I don't care, friends or no friends, staying together for 3 nights in a romantic place, a venue, plantation, or whatever. It's really not cool. So Catherine was like, yep, that's what happened. And me and Thomas planned this trip for weeks and months or whatever. So it is what it is. So anyways, then Cameron was like, so how do you know about this or whatever? So, Catherine says to Cameron that because Thomas told me this information because he wanted to throw it up in my face that he took Landon or whatever. And so Catherine says that, she talked to Landon about it, and Landon said nothing happened. They slept in separate beds. But we see how, Thomas is all over Landon, how Landon's looking for a husband. So possibly something went down, and other cast members allude to something at Thomas going down in the past. Something more than something else went down in the champagne room in previous episodes. So anyways, it is what it is. And so then Thomas and Landon, they meet up or whatever. And basically Landon's talking about going on this Kiwi vacation. So the reason why she's not going on this vacation is because she's not going on this vacation. She's not going on this vacation because, she's not. She doesn't feel comfortable with going on this vacation because Landon's gonna be there and all that other good stuff. And Thomas is like, oh, don't let that stop your flow. Don't let that stop you or whatever. You should go. And so then Landon is also saying, why should I not go on this vacation and let her win or whatever. So and Landon's also telling Thomas that Catherine needs to apologize to him and everything. And so it is what it is. Um, Landon really does have some nerves, and Thomas is just sitting there, is like, "Oh, don't let Catherine keep you from a good time." Then Landon says, "Oh well, I don't want Crazy to win. You know what? I'm gonna go to Key West because I want to have a good time or whatever." So it is what it is. So then Austin and Chelsea meet up, and they're driving to Austin's parents' house, and then Chelsea also all of a sudden is backtracking and saying that Shep didn't force her out there. He didn't really grab her. He didn't really force her. He just kind of gently touched her and kind of nudged her towards the door. And then she didn't mention that Shep tried to kiss her or anything like that. So it is what it is. And so Austin is like, so why are you changing your story? Why are you changing things around? And Austin was like, so what's going on? What's changed? And so Austin finds out that Chelsea has talked to Shep or whatever. And so Austin is feeling kind of slated. He feels like I went to bat for you and all this other good stuff, and then on top of that, now you're changing your story, and it's all because you talked to Shep. So Austin's feeling like Chelsea is more loyal to Shep than she is loyal to Austin, and kind of a way. And then he also feeling like, I went to bat for you. I broke up a friendship, kind of, and I was arguing and getting drunk all night with a group of friends trying to, reinforce that he was disrespectful and wrong, and now you're going to bat for him. And so then, Austin is like, so when did you see Shep or whatever? So you met up with Shep, right? And so she goes, yeah, I did see Shep. I just kind of ran into him. So Chelsea, if you saying you and Austin relationship is cool and you want to share everything, how come you didn't tell Austin that Shep knocked on your door and came to your house? What's up with that? How come you leaving that out the story? So now it seems like you don't always tell the truth. It seems like you're being kind of shady, and Austin ultimately is gonna be taking a brunt of this because he's not a part of the Charleston society. He's just a visitor. So it is what it is. So then Chelsea was talking about how Shep needs to own up to this and all this other stuff, and having Cameron, you sit Cameron on Shep. Now all of a sudden you're backpedaling and you're just all like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It got blown out of proportion and all this other good stuff. Make up your mind. Make up your mind whether Shep was aggressive or not. Make up your mind whether you want Austin or not. Let's be real. And so anyways, so clearly, I guess Cameron was right. You do want the town drunk. So, but hopefully that's not the case. So anyways, Austin was like, so you must have talked to him, so you connected with him. And this is why you're ultimately changing your story. And he's upset about this. He's not too happy about this. So anyways, Austin, everyone is going to Key West for Cameron's birthday party. She's turning 33. Everybody's invited. Everybody comes. There's not one person on the outs. Everybody's there. Everybody on the cast, side cast members are there. So anyways, but what's funny is in Key West, Austin and Chelsea are not sharing the same room. It's like Austin and Chelsea shared the same room when they went on another vacation, when they went to go shoot the animals to kill or whatever at another plantation that they frequently like to visit plantations. So anyways, so when they went on that vacation, they shared the honeymoon suite or whatever, and then that's when Austin confessed that he was in puppy love with Chelsea. So did Chelsea use that vacation to make Shep jealous, because you remember Shep was, on his sobriety move. And so once everybody started throwing up in Shep's face that Chelsea is with Austin, he was just like, forget it, and he just got tore up drunk. So did she use that opportunity to throw it in Shep's face that she's with Austin? So why not on this Key West trip that she does not want to room with Austin, especially if they're dating? So why is it like, okay, they have in separate rooms? What did Austin do to you, Chelsea? You're the one told him that, Shep came after you and he was disrespectful and blah, 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 and you was upset. And now all of a sudden you're acting like Austin's the bad person. And that's not right. That is just downright dirty and shady. Yeah, you're getting to be, a downright dirty scoundrel on this show. Because why are you not sharing a room with Austin again? Come on. So anyways, Cameron and all the other ladies are sitting outside, and they're at Key West and on the beach. So Cameron asks Jennifer, is everything okay between her and Katherine? And then Jennifer goes like, it's like whatever. It's no big deal. She feels like, so Jennifer says she feels like Katherine has to always have someone that she has to have strife with, and particularly it's me. That's what Jennifer is saying. But Jennifer, Katherine said earlier in the season that you slept with Thomas while she was pregnant. She was telling Elizabeth and JD this. So is that true? Did you sleep with Thomas, Jennifer? Because if you did, it's more than strife she has with you. She has a disdain for you because you're supposed to be a friend. So we need to know if you slept with, Thomas, Jennifer. So anyways, then Landon jumps in and says bingo, because, because Jennifer said, Katherine has to have strife with somebody. And then Jennifer says, at the end of the day, it's just a personal problem, and that's all. And no one should take it personal at the end of the day. No offenses should be taken or whatever. And so then Landon goes, it's so hard when you don't understand, when a person, attacks you though, and they're always attacking you. This is Landon, crime victim. Landon, you made your father cry when you sat there and you cried on the last episode because you didn't want to make a couple of $100,000 just showing up to a property. Miss me with that shit, Landon, you lazy motherfucker. So anyways, Landon says, Katherine's going around spreading rumors about me, saying this, saying that, telling lies about me and all this other stuff. And so, and Landon's like, I never spoke anything about her. I didn't say anything bad about her. Katherine's going around saying I slept with Thomas, I did this, I did that. And so then Cameron says, well, at the end of the day, I think you guys just need to treat, Katherine like a wounded bird. Yeah, a wounded bird that's been wounded by some of you women and men in this episode, on this show or whatever. So I don't know if that sounds like she was throwing a dig at Katherine that she's weak and all this other stuff. And then Landon keeps on talking shit. So at the reunion is gonna be lit. And so Landon says, I don't feel, I feel that she hates me or whatever. Cameron says, Landon, I talked to Katherine and she said the reason why she's upset with you is because you went on a vacation with Thomas or whatever, and these guys spent the night together. And so then Landon says, it wasn't even nothing like that. That she goes spreading rumors. I had a whole wing to myself. It was basically like me going on vacation with my family, and she's always jumping to conclusions. So Landon, did you sleep with Thomas? I know you're gonna lie and say no, but it is what it is. So then Landon said, so then Cameron says that Katherine said that it was a couple's trip, and so Landon was like, it wasn't a couple's trip, it was like a business dinner, a business trip around Valentine's Day, motherfucker. So anyways, Landon says she just made all that up. She just made all that shit up. So Landon is feeling salty. And so then Chelsea jumps in the conversation. Chelsea goes, I'm not trying to pick sides or anything. I just feel like if you had a child with someone and you broke up, and then another girl that runs in the same circle with you goes out with the other person on a vacation or whatever, I will feel hurt about that. Well, you should know how that feels, Chelsea, because that's what you're doing ultimately to Austin and Shep. You came between, you was messing with Shep, and then all of a sudden you stopped messing with Shep and you went, and then you started messing with his homeboy Austin. So basically you should take them words to your heart. And so Landon's like, So then Chelsea goes, I just feel like you fell with a lot of anger. It's all built up. And then Landon goes, you know what? We were never friends. We were never friends from the beginning. So I don't know what you're talking about. There's no girl code between me and Catherine because we was never friends. So I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but you need to really grow up. This is what she says to Chelsea. You really need to grow up because what she needs to do is focus on turning her life around. It's not my fault that her life is all messed up. It's not my fault that she's a whore. And you know what? And I don't really think that she really wants to get her kids back. I don't really think, Catherine really wants her kids back. So, Landon is talking mad shit. Landon's like, she don't feel Catherine wants her kids back. She's not doing what she's supposed to do to get her kids back. Landon's calling her a whore. Landon's saying that her life was fucked up and screwed up. Well, your life would be fucked up and screwed up too, Landon, if it wasn't for your father. So anyways, so Cameron was like, well, you got to treat Catherine like a wounded bird. So then Jennifer, she goes, well, so Jennifer's in her confession. She goes, Cameron and Chelsea and all of them can believe that, Catherine has changed, but Catherine has not changed. Sooner or later, she'll be showing her true colors and the curtains will drop and the real Catherine will step up on stage again. So beware, mother suckers. So anyways, Landon goes, I really think the bottom line is that she cannot get, she doesn't really want to get her children back. She really doesn't want her children. She's just playing games with them, whatever. So it is what it is. So then after that, everybody goes to their bedrooms or their rooms to get dressed or whatever. So Landon and Austin is hanging out, and then Chelsea was like, wow, look at Landon and Austin hanging out on a hammock or whatever together. Look like they're having fun. Now I see, it's almost like Chelsea is believing what Shep said about Landon and Austin because, they're all cool. And it's almost seeming like Chelsea is really trying to turn her back on Austin. So anyways, Cameron and Chelsea get upstairs to their room and they look and it was like, and then so Chelsea was like, should I really be worried about Landon? So it's like now Chelsea is trying to believe that what Shep said about her being naive about, Shep is really true or whatever. So that's missed me with that bullshit. So anyways, Naomi's still treating Craig like shit. She wants him to load all her shit around or whatever. So it is what it is. And so, so it is what it is. And so Shep and Austin makes up. So it's all good. They're friends. Everything's all good. Whitney's there. Whitney's chilling. Everything's all good. And so I guess it's just like whatever. So everybody meets up to go to dinner. Everyone's at the table. And everyone's chilling or whatever. But, Landon can't find a seat. She can't find a seat to sit down. So she was like, I want to leave or whatever. And then I believe it was Catherine or it was Cameron saying that, Landon is feeling uncomfortable at this table because she kind of like, did something wrong to each and everybody at this table. Almost each and everybody at this table. So that's why she really wants to go back to her room. Yeah, Landon wants to go back to her room to get drunk. And plus, she don't want to be bothered with Thomas and Catherine shit. It is what it is, and plus she doesn't, and I don't think she wants all the shit that she just said a few minutes ago to come out at dinner or whatever. So anyways, so Thomas is inappropriate at the dinner table. Thomas is talking about, somebody said, Cameron said that she wants to, she's not going to be drinking because she wants, to have babies or whatever. She's trying to get pregnant. And so Thomas says, you just wait till you're ovulating and shoot up in there 3 times. So inappropriate as he usually is. Then Whitney jumps in and he asks, Catherine and Thomas, are they going to ever get a chance? Are they ever going to get back together? Blah, blah, blah. And Catherine says no chance in hell. Thomas doesn't answer the question. Then the camera shoots to Landon. Landon just sitting there. So Landon gets up to leave the table. Whitney grabs Landon and brings her to the table to sit next to, Catherine, because he wants him to make up and plus his good TV. So anyways, basically, Landon was like, oh, I don't hate you. I never said anything about you. I have nothing against you and all this other stuff. And then that's when Craig jumps in. Craig was like, come on, let's be real. You guys need to tell each other what gets under one another's skin from the other one. You know, what makes your skin crawl because of Catherine? What makes your skin crawl because of Landon? And so then that's when, you know, Landon lies and says, oh, there's nothing. She doesn't get under my skin. She doesn't do anything. I don't have a problem. I just want us to get together and be friends, and I just want to help each other, and we're girls and all this other stuff. And so Landon's like, I don't have a problem. And she keeps saying this over and over. And so Craig was like, let me get in the middle of this. And he does. Naomi's like, Craig, stop it. Stop it, Craig. Stop it. Yeah, stop it, Craig. Stop it. So anyways, Craig ain't paying her no attention. He's paying her dust, which he should. And so anyways, Catherine was so Catherine is welcoming Craig to come in and be the mediator or whatever. So everyone else is at the table looking like, okay, this is gonna be good for TV. And some of them have looks on their face like this is gonna go terribly wrong, but it doesn't. So anyways, Catherine goes, you know, the problem I have with you, Landon, is like you came after my baby's father. You know, we have a family together and all this other stuff. And it's like when we have children, then you're going around talking crap about me and saying negative things about me, and you tried to come between me and my family or whatever. So Landon goes, no, that's not true. That's not true, because you know Landon's not gonna own up to anything. And then Danny jumps in and she was like, won't you mind your fucking business, Craig? Get out of it. It's not you're not the mediator. You know what, Danny? Sit the fuck down. You only been in 2 episodes and you only last for like 1 minute, so stay the fuck out of it and let Craig handle his business. If Catherine's okay with Craig mediating, that's cool, because you know what? Catherine needs to get shit off of her chest, and especially to Landon, because Landon was just talking mad shit about her a few minutes ago, talking about Catherine don't even want her kids back, and Catherine's a whore, and Catherine has her life is awful and worse. Catherine's a young woman and she can turn it around any day, and she is turning it around. So anyways, mind your fucking business, Danny. And so Danny was like, oh, Craig, you're annoying. You know what, Danny? You're annoying. And then, you know, Naomi's over there talking about, oh, you're making me sick, Craig. Stop it. You know what, Naomi? Shut the fuck up too as well. If you don't like Craig and you don't want to be with Craig, then dump him. You know what? No one wants to see you carry on this miserable relationship with Craig. I thought you guys were going to work out, but evidently it doesn't seem like it. So anyways, so Danny gets into it or whatever with Craig, so whatever. So then Catherine says, you know what I didn't like? I didn't like that you went on a romantic vacation with my, you know, baby's father, my boyfriend and baby's father, you know, and you stay with him for 3 nights or whatever, when me and, you know, Thomas planned that trip, and it was right near Valentine's Day. And then, you know, Catherine's like, you knew that we were together, you knew that we were dating. And then so then instantly, you know, what is her name? Landon goes, oh no, you wasn't together. Oh, so now you know when they're together, now when they're not. So that means you was in on it the whole time. So it is what it is. But Landon can sleep and be with whoever she wants to be with. So anyways, Landon kept saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm sorry. You know what, I totally don't understand what it is to be a mother or to have them type of feelings and emotions and becoming between a relationship. And she kept saying, I apologize. Well, apologize for the shit you said about Catherine a few hours ago. So anyways, they agree to disagree and they hug it out, and so everything seems okay. But we get to, you know, Katherine's confession. I'm so glad Catherine is calling it like it is, that Landon is fake. It's not real. She's only doing it to make up with her friends at the table because she has burnt a lot of bridges, and now the shoes are on the other feet, where Landon is like now in the outs with everybody, which, you know, Catherine was at that point at one time. And so anyways, when Danny said, you know what, Craig, you're gonna lose a lot of friends. You know what, Danny, you don't even be on the show. So you barely on the show. So mind your business and stop trying to get camera time. And anyways, wasn't you talking about in the first early episodes, like 1 or 2 or 3, one of them episodes, you were talking about that Catherine's on drugs and stuff, and you're worried about her and all this other stuff to Thomas and to everybody else. So come on now. I believe that. I could be wrong. But anyways, it is what it is. So then the next day, everyone sits down at breakfast. Catherine and Thomas get into it because Thomas talking about he's taking his daughter to the Nutcracker, but he's bringing this 18-year-old or 19-year-old, and, you know, Catherine is not happy with that. She doesn't want a 19-year-old or 18-year-old around, you know, her kids, because ultimately, you know, Thomas is only with an 18-year-old or 19-year-old to have sex with. and to be like his kid and his toy, which, you know, he kind of used Catherine for in the beginning, but he ended up getting her pregnant. But he wanted to get her pregnant. Like he said, he waited till she was ovulated and he shot up 3 times. So it wasn't like Catherine was trying to get pregnant. So anyways, they have a little, you know, altercation about that. So you know, she's not happy with that. So she lets, you know, Thomas know that she's not happy with that. And Thomas was like, well, there's no court order saying that she cannot be around. And so, you know, Catherine is like, I don't need a court order. You're their father, I'm their mother. I'm telling you, I don't want this young chick around. So anyways, you know, Thomas goes, you have not changed, Catherine. And Catherine's like, yes, I have. That's why I'm going to my room. Then Landon, all of a sudden, she jumps in and she was talking about, oh, won't you just stop it, Thomas? Stop picking on her. Stop taking low blows. But also at the table, Landon did throw Thomas under the bus and say, you know, the common denominator and the problem between me and you, Catherine, is because, you know, I feel like Thomas uses me as a weapon to make you jealous. Well, if you feel like Thomas is using you as a weapon to make Catherine jealous, Landon, why are you letting Thomas use you to make you jealous? I mean, why are you letting, you know, Thomas use you to make Catherine jealous? Now, if you know that his feelings are all towards Catherine and you're just a pawn in the situation, why are you letting yourself being used as a pawn? Is Thomas paying you, or do you ultimately really like Thomas and want to marry him? Anyway, I'm out. Peace.